Everyone, welcome back or welcome to my YouTube channel. My name is Alyssa Cotten and I provide emotional mental support for new coaches, counselors, content creators, and entrepreneurs. And in today's video, I'm going to talk all about what to do when people in your life give you pushback for starting your business, your counseling practice, your coaching services, or even just embarking as a content creator when they use the term, "it must be nice." So stay tuned to the end to learn how to navigate and give the most healthy in alignment response to "it must be nice." It must be nice. That was the most frequent phrase I told people when they asked what I did. And I said, I'm an entrepreneur, I'm self-employed, I'm my own boss. And they would say, must be nice. And I remember when I first heard that, I used to get really annoyed and I felt like I needed to justify, well, I've worked really hard and I have a lot of student loan debt and I worked 2 jobs before I just felt the need to justify why I embarked on this entrepreneur, self-employment, owning my own business journey. And if you're watching this, you might be experiencing some of that same pushback. And I was getting pushback from people that I thought were super good supporters, like my friends, my family, my colleagues. And they would say that just kind of jab of it must be nice, which I know is just a passive aggressive way of them saying, I wish I had that lifestyle. And so in today's video, I'm going to talk about the 2 things that you can do. You can either react or you can respond. And I'm going to talk about how you can respond when people give you pushback, or people might not be the most supportive, or they don't even know how to really give support because they have no idea what you actually do. So a little bit backstory. 4 years ago, I opened my own private practice. So I have my own counseling office here in Anchorage. I provide counseling services. I also do online counseling as well, and I also have an online course. So I'm kind of embarked in a lot of different areas. But outside of my counseling business, I actually have a brick and mortar business. I have a salt therapy business called Salted Peaks. And so I not only have entrepreneurship in my own counseling practice, but I also have it in something in a completely different field. So I understand kind of that entrepreneur journey, that self-employment desire, and that wanting to do something different. And so many people, as I would be talking to them, they would kind of just give me that oh, it must be nice to make your own schedule. Oh, it must be nice not to have to request time off from a boss, or it must be nice to do X, Y, Z. And it kind of felt like, what the heck? Why can't you just be happy for me? Because they were never saying it must be nice in a way that was supportive. It was in a way that was kind of let's just passively aggressively jab at her. So again, we can react. So reacting is kind of the knee-jerk experience. So that looks like when you're at the doctor's office and they take the thing and they hit your knee and your knee kicks out. That's the knee-jerk experience. That's where you're not even thinking. You're not even in a train of thought. You're just kind of word mouth vomiting, word association. And that usually tends to come from a place of wanting to defend, get defensive, wanting to justify your answer. Again, you don't owe anybody an explanation of why you're on your entrepreneur self-employment journey. If that fits for you and that's your path, go find it, navigate it. But people don't understand because it's not what they're used to. So growing up, I only knew one person's family that had their own business, and she was my best friend at the time. And they owned a computer store. And when I was young, I would go there and I'm this is so cool. This is where your parents work and they're the boss. And outside of that, I didn't know any other person that had their own business. And so my circle of support was so used to the mentality of a 9 to 5 for 45, right? Working that 9 to 5 for 45 years until you retire and then you have a good life. And I refused to have that be my storyline. I refused to have that be my narrative. And so after I got my license for counseling, I opened my own counseling practice where I was able to bill insurance, see clients. And then in 2020, I launched an online program so I could open my services not just to Alaska, but to globally, kind of worldwide, internationally for lots of other people. And so how you want is to respond. So responding is where you can take that step back, pause, take a breath, and then say an answer that's calm, cool, and collected. So now my go-to response is, yes, it is nice, and you can do it too. So I'm no longer justifying. I am no longer kind of defending my honor, defending why I took this path, or justifying how long it took me to get here, how many hours I worked, or how much all of that doesn't even matter. I now reframe it and rephrase it to encourage and motivate them, which is the beauty of it all. So some of the frequent statements that you might hear from people that are really just them kind of pushing back, and it might feel kind of yucky, is it must be nice, I wish I could be my own boss, or I wish I could have time to travel, it must be nice to have the mornings to yourself, blah, 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 XYZ. Fill in the blank. There's so many statements and phrases. And basically what's happening is these people are saying things not because they don't know how to be supportive or be there for you. They're saying these things out of a place of scarcity, of their own scarcity of, man, I would love to do that, but my people don't kind of do that. We don't do that. I one time had a client who said that. She was like, my kind of people, we don't take risks. We work at a job for 9 to 5 for 45 years until we retire. We don't try to be our own boss. We don't take our own business. We take 2 weeks vacation a year. And I remember saying, why does it have to be the norm? Why can't you challenge the status quo and do something that you love, that you are inspired to do? But so often we get held back because of our fears, our own traumas, and our own anxieties. And if that's something that you want to heal as a person, I would love to help you on that journey. You can definitely book a call to see if you would be a good fit for my online program, Inner Compass Accelerator. So check out the description below. So people's insecurities, their scarcity, their lack, they like to put that onto you, because then they don't have to talk about what's going on inside. They can shame you or look down on you or passively aggressive jab you like, haha, must be nice. And then you feel triggered, you feel activated, like I need to defend, I need to be responsive, I need to say something that's gonna get them off my back. But you don't have to do that. You can choose the path to react or to respond. And why not choose the path to respond? Which means you pause, take a deep breath, and then give an answer. So, for example, if you are hanging out with friends and you tell them about your new entrepreneur journey, your new self-employment journey, and they say that statement, it must be nice to not have to wake up to an alarm. It must be nice not to have a boss sending you emails at 5 o'clock on Friday when you're trying to leave. And instead of getting defensive or trying to justify how hard you've worked, you can say, yes, it is nice, because that's going to validate your experience that you did become an entrepreneur or self-employed, so you wouldn't have to deal with that. Validate your own experience, take that breath, pause, and say, yes, it is nice, and you can do it too. And if that's something you want to do, I'd love to help you on this journey, or I can send you the resources that I use to get there. Because when we are healed and we are in alignment and we are responding in a way that's healthy and helpful, we're going to encourage other people to live their best life, to be on that entrepreneur journey, to grow and evolve. And we no longer have to play it safe. We can take risks. We no longer have to live in the scarcity mindset of I have to do what everybody around me is doing. And so it's so important that if we are in a healthy place of alignment, we can encourage other people by role modeling what that looks like for us, how that feels for us, in all of those beautiful different areas. So the best thing you can do is remind yourself that when people are giving you that pushback or they're saying statements about your journey that don't feel supportive, you get to validate yourself. Because if they are unable to validate and acknowledge your experience, you get to do that for you. So you can just validate, say, yes, it is nice, or yes, I'm very grateful, I'm very blessed. You don't need to justify by saying I've worked really hard for this, but you can decide how you respond, and you can either give them encouragement and say, you'd be really great at it. Have you thought about doing this kind of lifestyle yourself? And that puts it back on them to be like, oh yeah, no, this is about you. I'm trying to shame you. And so reminding yourself, you get to have that healthy dialogue with the people that are around you because you are choosing to lead from a lens of healthy, a healed self. So again, let's recap today's video. When people are giving you pushback about your entrepreneur self-employment journey, and they might say passive-aggressive jabs such as, it must be nice, or I wish, or must be lucky, blah, 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 XYZ, You can either react, which looks like justification, looks like you defending, looks like you're getting defensive, or you can pause, take a breath, and respond. And when you pause, take a breath, and respond, you're more likely to have an open dialogue about it, because when we get defensive, two things happen. They get defensive or the conversation gets shut down. And what a beautiful opportunity for you to talk about yourself in a positive way, for you to share your incredible journey on how you've got there, and to share all the amazing things that you've done to live this life that is in alignment with yourself. So my name is Alyssa Cotten. Again, if you are somebody that's wanting to work through your fears, your traumas, and your anxieties, I would love to work with you. You can definitely book a call to see if my online program is a good fit for you. And if you want to learn a little bit more, you can check out my free masterclass, how to find your inner compass, how to have your external goals align with your internal goals. Again, hit that like button if you enjoyed this video, and don't forget to subscribe. I release videos out every single Monday. Catch you in the next video. Bye.